Welcome to part 19. Wake up, sleeper, wake up. It is 5:57 a.m. And I want to get right on back into this footage. Like I was saying, if you think that the devils are going to be fair to you, you are badly mistaken. That's why I'm trying to show this first part. We know the Lord was persecuted, and they that suffer with Christ shall reign with Christ. Now, you don't already know, but you've lived such a cushy life right now that if you get a hangnail, you think God is being cruel to you. If you don't get what you want when you want it every minute, you think God is being cruel to you. Well, you got a rude awakening coming. Listen, cushy. The devils are not going to be easy on you. If you were in the military, your sergeant would not be easy on you. Don't expect me to be easy on you. And yeah, I'm going to hold you accountable when you say something or do something, because I want you to make it home. I'm going to hold you accountable. We have to hold each other accountable. This is what's happened to the churches today. The devil hollered, "Oh, you ain't supposed to judge." I don't judge. John 12:48. Read that. I don't have to judge, because the word judges already. And they that reject me, the word judges them already. John 12:48. So, anyways, getting on back into this footage.
You're a bank.
It also tells me we need to get people of faith in the boardroom. I think we need to start campaigns to get a person of faith on every major corporate board in America.
Used to be, companies only wanted your business. These days, they may not, if they think you believe in the wrong things. Since the 2020 election, banks and corporations have denied service to some Trump supporters, and Christian employees continue to be fired for speaking out about their beliefs at work. This year, the Canadian government weaponized its financial system against citizens protesting COVID-19 restrictions, freezing their bank accounts.
Sorry, slipped out. But they were protesting the COVID-19 restrictions. And they got in trouble for it. They had their financial freedom stripped from them. They had their bank accounts locked. Not because they didn't have a chip, but because they were standing up for their rights against the COVID-19 not wanting to put things into their temples. So because they wouldn't do these things, and they were standing up for their own rights not to have to do those things, and to not put pharmakia that they didn't want into their temple, they had their bank account. There's the financial aspect of this that y'all didn't want to see. Locked. And Trudeau, honey, you need a haircut. I'm going to say it. It's bugging me right now. It's just, yes. Men, don't roll your hair long. Women, don't grow your hair short. If you do that, you're supposed to shave it and shorten it. Now, if you're going to cut it off, you're going to have to shave it right down to the scalp. You got to obey scripture now. Make up your mind, ladies, how you having it. One or the t'other. There ain't no middle ground. You lukewarm.
But banking law expert Nicholas Anthony believes American banks could do the same thing.
banks have really a ton of power that people don't realize to shut down accounts, to freeze accounts,
Exactly.
and upholding them for really any
And if
number
you
of
don't
reasons.
do
And
what they want
worse
you
yet,
to, they're
it
going to
could really
lock
be
you
for
out of your
any
account.
reason, and we don't get to understand why.
This is the totalitarian government we're moving toward, people. Welcome to 2023. You're getting an early dose. This is what's coming. It may take them a little while to get it all rolled out, but it's what's coming. Hope y'all are ready. You were warned to get ready. Oh, that's right. You don't listen to me. Well, that's okay. God will have the final say in the end. Because let me tell you something. It's not really me you're ignoring. It's God. Because I don't tell you nothing unless He says to. And here's why. Because I really am going to be honest. I just really not speak to y'all because y'all hate me anyway. Don't say you don't. I can feel it. And more than that, I can perceive thoughts. Yeah, that's part of my gifts. And some of y'all try to convince me I don't know what I know when I know what I know, but I know what I know because I know what Jesus told me. He don't lie. He actually talks to me. And my sheep knoweth my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. I wouldn't know that Jesus is God if I was following a stranger. I would be worshiping Baal, Buddha, Baal, or even myself like y'all do. And I would be holding myself in such high regard. But I'm not. I am of no consequence. I'm expendable. Pow! But to the Lord, He says I am His. And I was born for such a time as this, to do His will and not mine. And so I shall. But hey, here's what's coming in 2023 and on a wider scale. Y'all might as well get used to it. And plenty of destruction to go around. There's going to be plenty destruction to go around. But of course, the governments are going to call it climate change and global warming.
Why? Because there's many cases in which they're prohibited by law from saying what actually happened.
Earlier this year, Republicans warned banks to stop taking liberal positions on social and cultural issues.
I'd heard of this happening to literally dozens of groups. I've had other people tell me that they got debanked or this insurance company denied them.
That was from 2019, people. Did you see that date on that? This isn't new. This is stuff that was May of 2019. Oh my God, this is stuff been going on for a while. And y'all been sleeping and didn't notice. Well, I've heard enough of that there news. I want to get into the next thing. And if y'all think this stuff ain't happening, not gonna happen, you is sleeping some strong sleep, let me just tell you. And these storms right here,
Saints.
be aware. This ain't done by far. These storms and stuff come out of your sins. Lord's getting ready to destroy this planet with a fervent heat. And y'all wanting to play. Because you keep thinking we got decades left. No, we don't. You better start learning how to tell time biblically. And quickly. Because we are out of time. We are out of time. But here, I told y'all these storms and stuff was coming. I'll let him tell you the news about it. Oh, before I get into that. There's supposed to be like a major cold front coming down out of Siberia. Y'all best be preparing for that. The power could go out. Could. I don't know that it will, but it could. So let's be praying that it don't. But certainly let's be prepared in case it does. And if that's your heat source, you're in trouble. It pays to have a backup heat source. Trust me.
Begin with that massive storm that is sweeping through the country. Blizzard conditions in the northern plains. That's a look right now at Duluth, Minnesota.
And destructive tornadoes hitting the south. Dozens now reported with this weather system. Rob Marciano is live in Louisiana, near New Orleans, with just a glimpse at the path of destruction.
Boy, what a long night it was here in New Orleans, and a terrifying 20 minutes yesterday afternoon when a tornado tore through these neighborhoods. This home behind me was lifted up off its foundation and violently slammed to the ground. The exterior walls caving in while the family was inside. They're okay. As a matter of fact, everybody on this block that we talked to survived.
This was last week. See, he put this news out 4 days ago. This was last week that this happened. Just so you know when this happened.
Miraculously without serious injury. But you see all the damage. There's sheet metal wrapped around this telephone pole, that power line there. There's chunks, entire sections of roofs and walls that are splayed across the ground here. Every home on this street badly damaged, if not destroyed. Dozens, if not hundreds of homes across the western banks of New Orleans now this morning unlivable.
Tornado is still there.
Overnight, a tornado outbreak hitting Louisiana for the second night in a row.
It's right there by my house.
Deadly and destructive tornadoes hammering the state. At least
I told
3
y'all
people
when
now
come
dead
in.
because of the
Come
storm.
out of your
Drone video
witchcraft.
capturing one ripping
Give
through
up
the
your
west bank of New
voodoo and all
Orleans.
that junk.
A massive funnel cloud seen looming over the city from the
Give up
highway.
your
And we were
graven
right there on the
image.
ground as the threat unfolded.
Images
New
and-
Orleans now under a tornado
Put
warning
Jesus
location
back first.
about 5 miles that way, just over the Mississippi. But with all this rain, we won't see it coming, and it's heading right for downtown. Louisiana not the only one reeling. At least 50 tornadoes reported from Texas to Florida since Tuesday morning. Brandon Mellarine is a boat captain on the Mississippi. And he tracked the tornado for over 4 minutes, capturing the moment it crossed the river. Neighborhoods in places like Harvey shredded. Residents here in shock.
I survived, Katrina and Rita and all these things I've survived. I've been so lucky, and I guess it catching up to everybody at least.
A man
Been so lucky. No, there ain't no such thing as luck. You were blessed. You didn't give God glory. It caught up to you.
Dufresne in her home of nearly 15 years when the tornado hit, away from her husband.
And I just grabbed the kids, put them on the ground, and got on top of them.
Parts of the house now destroyed.
What did you feel when you saw her down the street when you got here?
Everything else will be rebuilt and boarded. You can't replace that.
We're certainly grateful this morning to give you an idea of the frightening power of these tornadoes. This 2x6 riddled with nails, speared into that windshield here. The elderly couple that live in this home, the man, he's been building it for years now, built it from a little shack up to this now, and now this looks to be unlivable. And this isn't the only tornado that came through the metro area here, one in Laplace, a little bit farther west in New Iberia where there were injuries in a medical building there. All of this happening, Michael, the week before Christmas.
A violent tornado outbreak
Like the window
across the
was
Gulf
built around it
Coast.
almost.
3 straight nights
Think
of
of the power
dangerous
it
and
took to do
deadly
that.
weather. Louisiana pummeled Wednesday. Tornadoes reported all across the state,
Look at
leaving
that.
a trail of damage in the New Orleans metropolitan area overnight. Homes in complete ruin, and even this car flipped over in the middle of all the rubble. In Kelowna, just east of New Orleans, local authorities say the damage left 1 dead and at least 7 injured. Mark Marshall told us he lost almost everything.
That's my house.
That your house?
Down. That upside down.
Your house was here before,
It was right here.
and it is what?
I will see you in the next part. A lot of damage there. A lot of destruction. Are you listening? Are you waking up yet, sleepers? God has been speaking to you. And you haven't really been listening. You haven't really been listening. I hope yins won't miss watch service at Bethlehem to Calvary on the 31st. But we shall see. Don't put your families before God in this. You won't have them left. He will take them away. You best be putting God first. See you in the next part.